see if this is going to be a little bit more competitive.
Got your ruins.
We'll get the ruins, but will I get the Widowmaker?
Well, I would say perhaps in the first neutral fight, we might see one of these teams bring out the Widow. Would very likely be Yaki on MVP space. Tuba has played the hero before, but he's more of the projectile specialist. And we've also seen Fuse play Widow occasionally, forego the Lucio and try to get opening picks, then swap afterwards. But it's not to be in this opening match.
It would seem like it.
Yeah, Leo on the Rhine versus Oberon's Winston means that I'm going to at least have a little bit more flexibility here. Assassin is highlighting the Wrecking Ball at the moment. But yeah, I was going to say, I would not expect that to actually run through.
We're back to Quad Tank. Go back to Apex Season 1.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. On the approach, MVP going to be going up onto the high ground. Looks like GEEKSTAR will be matching. Both squads going to be pushing up. Drop down here from Oberon. Goes low. Armor back. Helps to keep him alive. Decent amount of damage. They try to focus fire Leo. Shield will hold for the moment here. And Waffle, oh, just a sliver of HP as he makes his way out of the fight. Barely is able to do so, but Yaki comes up with the kill, taking him down, and that might just be enough to open up the point, as Who as well is very, very damaged on that Zenyatta. Will be cutting back with the rest of his squad. MVP space. On the beat, chasing forward, looking for any additional poke that they can get. Yaki now going to be a little bit behind Yumwan, actually, as far as this Graviton Surge charge is concerned.
They want to re-engage right now, which I think is pretty smart, trying to catch one of these overextended members, but nice run back here. Here's the speed boost as well. MVP space should be safe for now, but they do not control the point.
They do not. There we go. GEEKSTAR trying to take this one up, but now lose out on both of their supports. Leo taken down as well, and all they can find for it is going to be the enemy Brigida, so Tuba eliminated. Pop out there onto the mech as Gable. She goes off the side of the map. Oberon, nice little boop he got there.
Yeah, somehow.
Every now and then it gets a little confused.
Yep. Well, you know, Oberon comes up with two big plays on the Winston versus the Rhine. The first one was allowing them to control the high ground there and focus down the enemy Lucio player. And the second time, he's able to re-engage from a flank, which just traps GEEKSTAR between a rock and a hard place.
Grab ready to go. Yaki's going to be looking for the setup. Sees where Gable she's at. That's going to be the Transcendence already used. Yaki's still going to be holding on to this. Now the Primal Rage coming out, saving Oberon's life. Just go ahead and wipe the team, perhaps, if this grab is going to be good. Gable she over to the side, throws it in from behind. Only going to be locking up Yomwan. That will be the sound barrier out from Waffle, helps keep him alive. Bomb up into the air. Bianca looking for the pick off, and will get two of them. Gable and Yomwan both going to be eliminated, but he fires back with two of his own, shattering the front line of MVP space. Now Tuba gone. Fuse manages to pick up one onto Who. Undyne going to be dead. It's just the Lucio and Bianca here trying to keep the fight going. Fuse in onto the point. Will be buying a little bit more time as they move up to 85%, but he will go ahead. Kite back at the moment.
Yeah, this is still a pretty lose-lose situation for GEEKSTAR, even though technically they get the point. MVP space buys so much time. They can build those ultimates back on the rejoin. The biggest win for GEEKSTAR was that they forced MVP space to use ultimates in order to get to that 86%. So they're not actually in an ult advantage at the moment. Nice charge here from Leo.
Yeah, Oberon just going to get taken down off the bat. Really good start to maintain control for GEEKSTAR. Going to be a long road for them to try to take the lead here on Ruins. Are going to be moving up to about 30%. Trying to find the pop-out on a Bianca's mech. They work him low, but the bubble there from Yaki will help keep him alive.
So this is actually a good opportunity for GEEKSTAR to solidify their position, take a fight here, get a grab first with Yumwan before Yaki can use his. I mean, since they're so close in ult charge, that's one thing they certainly can hope for. Nice lead here with the Shatter.
Push in around the side, and that's going to be three instantly wiped off the face of the map. The rest of them getting picked up now as Tuba goes down, and Bianca will be staggered out, forced to jump off the side of the map.
And now Yumwan does, nearly have that grab. He takes the lead in ult charge, and that's going to be the next ult they want to use to gatekeep this choke. And MVP space, obviously, if they could, would like to deny him from hitting any of these right clicks when it's just so difficult to do in this meta. One more will do it. So he's going to have this grab for this big fight. Look at that shield bash. They're just trying to control this choke right now so he can use it there.
Yep. Grab not going to be ready. Bianca looking. Defense matrix was up for the moment, but flips it over into the side of the wall. Grab bomb coming down. Not going to be able to find any kills, but Assassin picks up 3 for himself. Sun up in and make that 4 as Yaki goes down in MVP space.
And that is
losing the lead.
That is practically the round, you know? I mean, right now, that bash from Assassin bought enough time for Yeomwan to get the grab in the choke. All that MVP Space could do right now is try to Hail Mary Bianca onto the point.
Shatter coming down. That's going to be a lock up there onto Oberon. Tuba gone as well. Bianca pops out, taken down. Flip comes in with a back cap in the meantime as Oberon flips over onto the Wrecking Ball. But can they maintain control? Fuse is already going to be eliminated. The flip comes back through 99%. Going to be taken away as Yaki tries to get himself out of there with his life intact. Will be able to do so. Oberon will be killed off in 100-93. Very close round, but GEEKSTAR take it on Ruins.
Very decisive plays using the ults they knew they could build around that choke. You know, I don't know what to call it. Sometimes we just don't have call-outs for these things, like the marble-looking structure.
I mean, I guess we can call that like archway or something.
The archway.
I've been meaning to do this.
It's not really an archway, but you know.
I've been meaning to do this. I think I'm just going to get some top-down looks at the map, sit down on like a stream or something, and go through and just write some stuff, and then post it on Reddit and be like, what do you guys think about these
What do you think
call-outs?
about this place right here, right next to the well? Is it the grates, or is it the 2 potted plants?
Between 2 ferns.
Between 2 ferns, I like it. All right, I'll go with that. Yaki's going on to the Pharah with Sombra here. Tuba playing that, so this is more of that variance, the variability that MVP Space has. Versatility, I guess, is the best B word for this. You know, to have options with their 6-man lineup. What is really one of their strengths here. Doing a ton of damage already is Yaki.
Yeah, weakening them. Almost gets the kill there onto Waffle. Took him dangerously low. Undyne in the meantime, going to be under some fire. And will be eliminated as who comes up with the first blood here on well. Yaki still just taking some pot shots, building up nicely for the barrage, but has not really been able to make that meaningful of an impact against the GEEKSTAR lineup. Leap into the back, will pop Bianca out of the mech with the help of Yeomwan. Bianca will get taken down. Tuba just going to be zapped. Will be forced back with that translocator. GEEKSTAR going to be looking to get the first cap here.
Just the one missed rocket, funny enough for Yaki, that cost them so much. If he actually gets that final blow there, kills the support, they should win the fight, but it didn't happen. He's got a barrage here, so they can flip this quickly, but it needs to happen now on this fight, or they may have to switch compositions. There's going to be an EMP for it. If he can wait.
Dive coming in from Leo, going to be dropping down, barrage coming through. Will not be able to find too much other than finishing off Gable She with the mech and then pilot form.
They need to regroup here.
To get onto the point.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
far not been able to do so. Well, nice rockets on the Waffle yet again.
they're looking for kills here for a guaranteed flip instead of just trying to control the point itself. I don't know if they're going to get it.
Yeah, I mean, the Primal Rage here from Leo. He's still at half HP. They've got Yeomwan nearby. Oberon sleeping back below half.
Yeah, he's switching to Ryan, I think, potentially here.
Yeah, this is just going to be MVP. Getting pushed back. Bianca popped out yet again. Will have to go off the side of the map, you would expect. They do manage to force the self-destruct, so that's at least a nice little nugget here for MVP Space, but still suffering as far as that control is concerned. Oberon with the Primal Rage up, still going to get popped. Who comes up with a kill? Tuba now going to be eliminated. It's 16% just about for GEEKSTAR. Still have a Transcendence. MVP Space just can't really find anything.
MVP Space just did not commit to the point. They did not regroup. They were chasing kills. Leo bought so much time by just harassing their backline, not retreating to the point, using that primal. And MVP Space swap heroes late here, and they just basically continue to fight a losing fight. There's no way they're going to build a grab unless they somehow get an opening kill here on the attack.
Oberon's maybe dead again.
Yeah, he is.
Who has just been hounding him down as a Zenyatta. Fantastic performance from him so far. Now looking for Bianca. Gonna break that mech out. Gable She will go ahead and kite back just a little bit. Bianca's gonna be dumping that self-destruct.
Fuse of the back
half
door
attempt here, but Fuse will not be able to lock it down. Tries to make his way back over onto the point, but Assassin has a shield bash ready for him. Now we're in 99-0. Oberon dead at the start. Bianca taken out of the mech. MVP Space off to a horrific start in this series as GEEKSTAR looks to crush them completely out of Achilios. A nice save with the shield bash, but it's only delaying the inevitable. Will get taken down. OT will plummet. Fuse can't even tag in. And that's all she wrote. GEEKSTAR going to be moving up 1-0.
The Pharah, if it doesn't work early, it's not going to work at all in this meta. And unfortunately, the barrage, setting up those kills, especially the DMAC there, they weren't able to capitalize on that moment. They weren't able to group up.
All right. Well, MVP played Numbani versus WGS Armament, was able to pick up a victory there. WGS only pushing 2 points, and MVP just came in and exceeded that. So do have experience with this map pick this season.
Yumwon showing the Sombra here on defense. No Zarya in this composition, whereas we will see the dive Genji Sombra we were alluding to here on attack for MVP space.
It's going to be pretty aggro.
He's going to see Undyne look for the pick.
Pushing out, shield bash in, Undyne instantly gone. Beautifully done. Such an unorthodox spot to position yourself in. Hack onto Yaki, they take him down. That'll be a lead back from Yomwon. And the rest of the team will just go ahead and retreat over towards the point. Fantastic start for GEEKSTAR.
It's a ton of ult charge built for GEEKSTAR too for free while burning that first push. However, Yaki did build half a blade. They're still not going to stick with it though because they saw that Assassin was running the blind Brigida. Yumwon's just going to look for another hack here. He's not have his teammates with him this time, so he thinks better of it.
Yeah, just looking for what the swaps would be. I mean, they could kind of infer what the swaps were going to be anyway. We'll just be meeting them here on the high ground, spraying away trying to break that barrier.
Leo in trouble, meanwhile.
Yeah, just take a lot of damage on that drop down. So he's going to move over, picks up a mega pack, MVP in onto the point. Right now, it's only going to be Yomwon and Waffle contesting this, but rejoin comes through from Leo, diving his way in. Going low, Bubble's going to be coming in. Assassin now taken down as Tuma pushes forward, smacks him with the base. Waffle, sliver of HP will finally get taken down, and that will just be the finish. 5 minutes, 8 seconds for the Streets phase MVP. Instant flips coming through. Sacrifice half a blade, but it gets them the point.
GEEKSTAR's comp just couldn't compete with Goats because it didn't have a Zarya in it, and there was no EMP. Even though they built a decent amount of charge previously, like, you're just going to get out sustained. There's Zarya bubbles on the other side. There's more sustainable damage with Zarya left click versus a Sombra clip, and so risky you could get shield bashed and killed if you're trying to harass heavily. They have to use this EMP well, and then swap off to the Zarya.
Well, he's in a decent position. Yomwon popping up straight over top of the card, throws that one down, and Leo will find Yaki with that stomp. Run going low, and Undyne's going to be keeping him up with that Transcendence. Bomb invested by Gableshin, looking for an explosion, but he'll not be able to find any kills with it. Sound barrier just in time to save Assassin's life. Now he stands up, answers back, gets revenge on Tuba, taking him down with a shield bash, then follows up on the fuse. Nicely done here. Undyne disconnected, loses out the armor, will get taken down as Assassin. Just gets some nice swings in and builds up for that rally.
Yumwon, it's really tempting to stick with the Sombra. It's working out. You know, they have control of the high ground. They've got burst damage on certain targets, you know, especially the supports from this position. And if they lose this fight, he's going to regret it, I think. He may be the first to die. He needs to translocate out of there.
We'll see how it's going to go. He does bounce his way out of there. Leo just focus fired by everybody on MVP. They just melt right through him. Gableshin as well. The mech does not stand a chance. Take that down. It's going to be a massive chase forward from MVP space, looking for any additional staggers. And any ult charge they can feed over to Oberon. Everybody else going to be feeling pretty good. Undyne nearly having another Transcendence up.
And the cart rolls for free. An EMP is ready, but they don't have ults to pair with it. You know, Leo's not going to be as safe to jump in and primal and commit to the fight this time. Or, you know, he doesn't even have a primal, I should say.
Oh, there's the EMP, and Oberon will get taken down. And again, a decent start for GEEKSTAR on the fight, but they need a lot more than that. Undyne still not feeling the pressure to pop that Transcendence. Wants to just be able to save it for the next fight, it would seem. Moves up on Yaki, exchanged for Assassin. Gableshin just getting a nice ram, pushing Fuse back over towards the rest of his squad, but will not be able to lock down that Lucio. Gableshin now under fire, has to retreat, gets a little bit of HP back, dumps that self-destruct. Oberon has the shield up, and will keep them topped up.
And this is the challenge. Right here, this push, they have no counter Transcendence to the grab. They don't have an EMP. Yumwon is desperately trying to build it right now, but they're not going to have any ults for contest here, and that's why MVP Space feels amazing right now. Huge shatter.
Yeah, Leo going down, opens up for that shatter. Nothing to block other than a Zarya. So We'll just go ahead, lock them in, and that is going to be point B gained by MVP Space. So a little bit of time bought. 3 minutes about burned, really, by GEEKSTAR in that spot, but now they need to make up for this next 3.5 minutes if they want to stop MVP Space from completing the map.
I mean, there's a lot to be said about the trade-off with using Sombra here, and I think GEEKSTAR just barely made it worth it. But it was greedy. Could have gotten a better hold.
Still multiple ultimates here for MVP. Pin out from Leo. Just manages to find Tuba, takes him down. Now the sound barrier coming through. Keeps the right heart alive on the side of GEEKSTAR. Masami into the back. Leo gonna be gone. Self-destruct will go ahead, take out Waffle. Oberon, the only one really to fall on the side of MVP throughout this entire clustered best of a fight. MVP will keep advancing.
Easy 5v6 fight. Tuba wasn't even a factor in that initial engage because he was killed, but they knew they had the grab set up there and a great bomb to follow up. So using that choke very, very well. MVP Space being decisive in this moment. Right now, who is so desperately close to a Transcendence, that's going to be their biggest tool here to shut this push down.
Forward, Shatter coming down from Oberon, manages to get Assassin with that fire strike that follows up on Leo, swinging away for victory. Waffle trying to stay alive, needs to be there. Build Cable, she manages to tag this one out. Keep it contested, rather. Groundhog Search going to be going down. Cable, she manages to pop Oberon, but Assassin and now Leo are all locked up. Booped around, taken down. That will be the final couple inches going through. And MVP Space will be able to find completion here on Numbani.
In this meta, Achilios, I feel like a lot of teams are trying to run the Sombra with different variations here, but by far the most successful has been on A exclusively with Genji or with Pharah. In the Streets phase, there were 2 good fights with EMP, but beyond that, they got stopped, totally crushed on B contest because they didn't have ults then. They didn't have ults that were going to trade up efficiently or build quickly. And then when we went to C, they tried to match compositions, but by that point, they had already been so behind. They had to look for desperate fights. They looked for the charge kill there. They got Tuba, but they lost the fight regardless because ults, you know, speak louder than, you know, hero numbers. At the end of the day, when they're used in choke points in tandem with one another. So MVP Space gets this amazingly free push after the first 2 EMPs where they were spending time building those ultimates once those came online, and once the EMP was done, they end up with 2 points bonus. Yep. The other challenge with Sombra was the defense, right? When they swapped over, there was a great execution on that first attack, right, where they camped the front and then kind of collapsed on MVP Space, got that opening kill. That was really well done. But when MVP swapped, even though they knew it was coming, the defender doesn't have an option to swap Sombra back to his Zarya in that moment. You can see it coming, but you can't change.
Well, actually, I was going to mention that. I thought maybe what they would do is have Yeom1 throw down the translocator back at the spawn, then sprint up towards the spawn of MVP.
It's really
win that initial fight and then leap back to get the Zarya.
I mean, that's really, you know, it's definitely something you could do. Like, it's very difficult though, I think, to get back in time. Yeah, it's an interesting idea though.
I mean, I
see that
it just seems so obvious that the 3-3 would be coming out afterward, but here we go. Push forward from GEEKSTAR. Yaki going to be on the Genji yet again. Pushing up onto the high ground, taking a couple shots. He is so very low, needs some healing. Pop up over the top. Yep, right click's going to be coming down. Bianca going to be losing the mech here first though, as Who pops her out. Second tick already gained by GEEKSTAR. Almost just get the point straight up. They finally have Oberon leak back through, but he will get burned down. Bianca taken out. And this should just be another very fast cap here on A. 541 for GEEKSTAR.
And that 90% of the Dragon Blade is not ready in time, and I don't think we'll ever see it. It's just going to swap over to the Zarya here because
you would expect
it just doesn't make sense to continue to try to utilize this hero right now.
There we go.
You have to know sometimes as a Genji player when it's so tempting to Dragon Blade. You did so much damage, and you could see just how mechanically gifted he was when he was escaping and using the Harmony Orb to come back to full health after maximizing ult charge. Feels terrible to swap, but you just have to do it because you cannot get snowballed, just like GEEKSTAR did on the defense, by running an outdated comp for too long after A.
Pushing up Assassin. About to have that rally online, gets tagged up, goes low, taken down. Oberon coming through as a fire strike to find the kill. He himself will almost be eliminated, but actually helps take down Leo and does stay alive. So now it's going to be a push forward as they gain control of the cart. MVP Space moving up to the corner.
This was the hardest fight that MVP Space was going to have to take when they just swapped comps, and they keep the Transcends here for Undyne.
So she is still not reset. There we go.
Yeah. They have the answer to the Zarya ult here from GEEKSTAR, so they can halt this on this corner with a good team fight, and then actually trade this up so well that they gain an ult advantage. So if MVP Space can win this fight right now, they're going to feel great about the next few. Rally's out.
Yep, rallying from both sides, pushing forward. Leo with the Zarya bubble on him. Could be a Transcendence out. Undyne going to be starting things off. Transcendence trying to keep them alive. But Gable, she comes up with a triple kill. All three supports going to be taken down. Oberon eliminated by the pin. And that is just a clean team wipe here at the hands of GEEKSTAR. Just completely sweep MVP Space under the rug. So many ultimates used in that fight as well by MVP. Going to be gone, all three of them. Now the cart will advance over into B.
They didn't get the fight they wanted, and this should just be completion here. They don't have any way to contest easily.
Yeah, they get it. Nice boot back onto Oberon, stops him from contesting that one. So now up over 5 minutes to the final stretch of the map. MVP Space need to level up this defense. Oberon charging back towards the spawn. Always a bad sign.
And MVP Space, you know, they lost that fight not because they made mistakes with ultimates that were perfectly timed, but just because Cable She's self-destruct was placed so well. And it's so frustrating now. You had those ults nearly ready, but you have them now to contest C at least. This is going to have to be a good grab.
Yep, shield bash goes through, pushing forward. Oberon does find a decent little shatter there, helping Ayaki pick up that double kill.
This is really nice now for them to turn this around. The GEEKSTAR is about to have, you know, if they can get a good approach angle, they could get the high ground controlled here if MVP Space overextends. So MVP Space needs to be careful about sticking out this far. They're backing away now.
Will they go left or right? Looks like it's going to be left.
I like this. Let's take the safer path right now.
Push down. Straight in behind the cart. Ayaki holding onto the grab. Shatter going to be coming down. They lock him up. Looks for the pin. Gets the kill. Grab going to be out of the fight. Leo, however, bashed up in the front lines. Gets popped up in the air. Will be sustained to keep him in the mix. Swinging away as he pushes forward. Trying to get closer and closer to that next shatter. Another stun coming through. Manages to stay alive. Cart advancing quite rapidly now. Undyne will be using that Transcendence. Graviton ready from Yum One, but he'll get locked down by Oberon's Earth Shatter here. Words at a loss for him as GEEKSTAR go ahead and get crushed in the fight. We'll have to reset. They are still up about a minute and 20-some seconds.
That was a close call.
Just under that, but can they get the finish? MVP Space have stabilized. They nearly have a sound barrier online.
Yeah, that was a close call. Had that Shatter not been so good for Oberon, then MVP Space would be looking at a minute time-baked deficit. We would have seen completion right there. Yaki's held this grab for so long. He just hasn't had a good opportunity to use it yet. But this is his best shot right now, this fight, because he knows there's no Transcendence. He's grabbed first.
Does come down. Sends that one into the cart. The bomb going to be dropped right into the front. Oberon so very low, but still has the shield up. Another self-destruct into the back from Bianca. Not going to be able to find any pickoffs here.
Leo solo.
Working his way back so very dangerously low, but does manage to stay alive. Both right. Now with Shatters, but Oberon, he pops his first and he gets the hit. Evil she taken out of the back. Assassin and Leo both going to be taken down. GEEKSTAR going to have to reset again here. As MVP do lock in that they will have a superior time bank, barring a back cap randomly happening right here, but no one's in position.
Not gonna happen.
And I think that they would notice.
Yep. Oberon has always been a very good Reinhardt player. Hasn't shown for a very long time because it's been a Winston-favored meta until very recently. And he is just showcasing his talent again here tonight. Nice block.
Down from Leo, does not get anything. And Undyne had the Transcendence up just in case anyway. Swinging away, building up, getting closer to the next one. But Oberon has another online. Pushing forward, Zarya bubble going to be in. Might just be able to hold it for potentially the final approach by GEEKSTAR. This Assassin does get taken down. Oberon still taking a little bit of a beating, but Gable, she is playing way too far forward. Gets popped out. Leo going to be gone. GEEKSTAR two more chances to try to get over to the cart, but the ult line right now from MVP Space, nearly another Transcendence up from Undyne. The rally about to be there. Everyone's still basically armored up other than Yaki. MVP look very well set to deny this finish.
They're feeling very comfortable. They could just take this map now. All they have to do is make sure they use their ults efficiently here in this choke.
Shatter down from Oberon, locks him up, pushing forward to try to get the kills. A minute and 10 seconds remaining. Leo getting closer to a Shatter. See if he can find a more impactful one this time around.
No chance.
The back. Oh, the defense matrix is perfect. Very well done by Gable. She denies that one away. Taking that down. Now it's going to be the sound barrier in from GEEKSTAR. Bomb up into the air from Bianca, looking for a kill. Drops it down, not going to be able to find any picks. Shields raised, they keep themselves safe. Leo moving up, barrier taking a beating, has that Earth Shatter ready to go. Bianca popped out of the mech and taken down by who? A couple meters left to go. The Shatter will connect in onto Oberon. They take him down Tuba as well. Going to be eliminated. They boop him away. The cart rolling up. It's got to be 0.001 away from the finish. They clean up Yaki, and they will be able to get it, but barely so. GEEKSTAR, after an absolutely phenomenal start, they barely make it across that finish line to complete Nimbani. And now we have OT rounds.
Oberon ends up getting several big shatters there to deny what could have been GEEKSTAR walking away with a better time bank. But it just goes to show, look at how many more opportunities he had to shatter because they swapped immediately after A. Did not try to run the Genji, did not try to Dragon Blade. Just tried to stagger and hold those pushes around A, around the B street space part. They were able to buy a lot of time there, slow it down, and never got themselves caught in a position where they were taking every fight down on ultimates. And if he had, you know, swap late and had Yaki stayed with the Genji, for example, he probably would have had less shatter opportunities because of it. And he, of course, comes up big with them. If all the shatters hit into an enemy Reinhardt shield, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But, you know, we do have to talk about what they did differently. They're going to, once again, run Genji on the defense. I'm a little bit skeptical about this. It's a very short push they have to deny, so it's like, are you ever going to build a Dragon Blade with this? Does this necessarily make sense? I mean, you're really putting your hopes on getting dash resets, and we do see Yumwon on the Pharah here to start, so it's a good matchup for Yaki's Genji.
There we go. Swaps coming out, though. Now, not so much. We'll just be the 3-3 with Winston.
Bit of a risk for MVP Space to be running this, I feel.
They're feeling confident despite the fact that they gave up the point so very rapidly. Good start, though. Yaki gets some resets, takes down Who and Waffle. So significantly better played compared to the beginning of the round, and that is going to be 30 seconds remaining.
That is
Dragon Blade still being built up. Got some nice hits there as Gable. She went off the side of the map, so 82%.
This is exactly what the Genji is supposed to do, is to get dash resets through this choke point here, through that staircase. You burn everyone down to about half health with your, you know, Zarya comp, or sorry, not your Zarya comp, your Brigida comp. You heal in that area, and then he just gets those resets. If it doesn't happen, it looks silly, but in this case, it looks amazing.
Sorry for doubting you, Yaki. Dashes through. Dragon Blade going to be online. Draws this one out. He's into the back. 2 instantly assassinated. 3 as Yumwon will fall. Slice Gable, she out of the mech, gets rid of that pylon form, and that is going to be the wipe off the back of the Dragon Blade. And the team play from MVP Space, they go ahead and get that hold on point A.
And this is the versatility that Yaki has. He has a large hero pool, and this is one of the only teams that will run this composition on defense like this when you know you're going to be facing a Ryan Zarya, you know they only have a minute. They're going to put all their chips on Yaki. They're going to make the bet, and they're going to say, I've got faith that you're going to hit those dash resets. You're going to come in and kill every last one of them if we set you up to do it. And he does twice. The Dragon Blade there to finish it all off. It's a comp that when you see it like this, you're like, this is broken. Like, this should be the only way you defend A. But it's way easier just to watch Yaki do it than to actually pull that off.
Fantastically done. Well, GEEKSTAR have to be strapped in and ready if they want to try to hold this one off. 2:41 on the clock for MVP, bumped up that extra 34 seconds, I believe.
Yeah. This is going to be another forward position here, baiting with Cable She. But it's the comp for MVP space that I was more curious about. I don't know if this is actually real. They're going to Sonic Arrow to spot this out early. Okay, just using the Roadhog to see if they get a free hook if someone was hiding there. Not to be the case. Just going to swap over to the Genji comp now.
Going to be leaping back.
Will he play Pharah or will he stick with the Sombra though? Is the question. It looks like he's going to play Pharah.
Okay, Yaki's going to be playing Pharah here.
Okay.
Tuba still on Sombra. Not an uncommon duo at all for this map. A little more so on the attack, but defense, this is pretty standard.
Yeah, for sure.
From time to time, at least. Rockets coming down from above. Yaki looking for a boop bomb. Shield bash will save Assassin. Keep him up there with the rest of his squad so he can hide in behind the barriers. A lot of damage in onto Who. Waffle and Who under fire. Who eliminated. Boop over to the side. Actually helps save Waffle's life because he can make it into that back room. Yaki's still going to be spamming away. Hack coming through. Gable Sheik popped out of the mech by Yaki, and it is just going to be the Forest show here. Hack the target. Rockets come down, light them up repeatedly as they make their way in on the point, looking for that single tick. Still have a minute and a half remaining. Yaki just going to be popping that barrage. It's the very range shots there onto Waffle, and that will be the Finnish MVP space coming up with a victory here on Nimbani.
Tie game now. Very versatile, what we saw from MVP space, but also decisive in usage was their hero swaps. Their Genji into the Zarya, instantly swapping it, no hesitation, no need to try to blade, just swapping over to get a faster grab. You know, they're on the attack, swapping to the Pharah rather than running the Genji Pharah or running the 3-3. They just decided to stick with what they knew was going to have a better chance of success, which more meta. Yaki gets those angles, Who gets caught out, get the kill, and that's GG. So MVP space, perhaps a less comfortable start on Control, but on Nimbani, their map pick, which I thought might have been a risk, they do come up with their comfort comps. You know, they like to run this far, they like to run the Genji, they prefer it to the 3-3. But I wasn't sure if they were going to be able to pull it off. I had my doubts, but they've been put to rest.
Fantastically done by MVP. So it does indeed tie up the series as we get ready to move into the halftime break. This wasn't like GEEKSTAR. It doesn't seem like they got lucky on Control, took down MVP, and then just completely got crushed on Nimbani. They were very competitive on the approach. You know, getting those massive time banks. It was just that final stretch where MVP kind of woke up a little bit more, I suppose, here, and were able to really weaken that time bank, drain them down to 26 seconds on the finish. Now tied up, no team going to be moving up to match point already. This could be a series going the distance. We were talking about how close this very well could be at the beginning of the broadcast, and it seems like they are already delivering on that just 2 maps in.
Yeah. And I'm excited to see, will we see Evo come in to potentially Hanamura?
You know, could be.
We've had Oberon.
Well, we get a Horizon Lunar Colony for the first time in a while.
It could happen. We've seen, you know, Oberon kill it on the Rhine.
I said we actually had it yesterday. Never mind. I thought so. As
yeah,
it came
we
out of
did
my
have
mouth,
it.
I was like, wait, no. Yeah, it was the WGS series.
We did have that yesterday, the second one, yeah. It was a bit of a longer day yesterday. Everything kind of bled together in the end.
Yes, it was.
But Oberon, great Rhine there for the first 2 maps. We saw the same swap last time. Could happen again.
Well, we'll see if that's going to be the case here when we come back from the break. We'll see you guys in just a couple minutes, so don't go anywhere.